It has been a year of political tumult and natural disasters in Pakistan. And to the west, there is another humanitarian crisis in neighboring Afghanistan. It's a full slate of urgent issues for Pakistan's foreign minister, Bilawal Bhutto Zardari. A short time ago, Amna Nawaz spoke with him and asked for his thoughts on the often tense relationship between Pakistan and the United States.
I absolutely believe we are now heading in a positive direction with increased engagement on both sides. And I think it's all the more important in a world that offers a multitude of challenges for us to find areas in which we do agree on to work together. And we're doing that on climate, we're doing that on health, we're finding business and economic opportunities, particularly for women. So there's a whole host of areas in which Pakistan and the US are cooperating. I think this is all a healthy sign, given in the past our cooperation was very narrow and specific within the context of the war on terror. We're now building more broad-based partnership.
Your nation has just announced you'll pursue a discounted oil deal with Russia. You've also strengthened your ties with China. Can you ally with the U.S. and still do business with their geopolitical foes?
As far as Pakistan's relationship with China is concerned, China is our neighbor. We have a long history with them, and we have a lot of cooperation, particularly on the economic front. But we also have a historical relationship with the United States that stretches back to the 1950s, and we've partnered over the course of history. And I believe whenever the United States and Pakistan have worked together, we've achieved great things. And whenever there's been a distance developed between us, then we've faltered. So I do think it's absolutely possible for Pakistan to engage with both China and the US. As far as Russia is concerned, we aren't pursuing or receiving any discounted energy, but we are facing its extremely difficult economic situation, inflation, pump prices. We do have energy insecurity, and we are exploring various avenues to expand our areas where we can get our energy from. Any energy that we receive from Russia will take a long time for us to develop.
I'd like to ask you about the political landscape back in Pakistan. As you well know, the former Prime Minister Imran Khan was ousted in a no-confidence vote earlier this year. He has led thousands of supporters on a march calling for early elections. He is very popular, right? In October, he won 6 out of 7 National Assembly seats that he contested in by-elections. If you were to hold early elections, would he win?
He wouldn't win. Absolutely right. We did remove Mr. Khan through a no-confidence motion, which was a cornerstone in Pakistan's democratic development. Every other prime minister before Mr. Khan was either removed through a military coup or the orders of a Supreme Court. This was the first time through a democratic constitutional procedure, a prime minister was removed from parliament. As far as the by-elections are concerned, Mr. Khan resigned from seats that he held himself. So I believe there's a false perception that's being created about Mr. Khan's popularity through social media, and falsely portraying winning by-elections in his own seats as some sort of testament to his popularity across Pakistan.
I hear you saying then you will not be calling for early elections. Is that correct?
No, absolutely. Pakistan's democratic achievement over the last decade is that we've had one parliament after the other complete their 5-year term. We had the government from 2007 to 2013. That parliament completed its term and peacefully transferred power to the next parliament. Then that parliament completed its term and transferred the power to this parliament. I don't think that it's a justifiable reason for Pakistan to break that precedent just because Mr. Khan hasn't remained prime minister for the last 6 months.
I'd like to ask you as well about Afghanistan, because you have called for the world to engage with the Taliban leadership there and allow women equal freedoms there. You've called for the leadership there to do that, to let girls back into school. They have, as you've seen, they've done the opposite, right? They've rolled back those rights. Girls have been out of school for over 450 days. So what can you, in your role, do to pressure them to allow women to have equal freedom and allow girls back into school?
So let me unpack that. As far as advocating for the world to engage with Afghanistan, that's absolutely correct. It is something that I have been insisting on because I believe we shouldn't repeat the mistakes of the past. The last time in Afghanistan, post the sort of the Cold War jihad etc. The world upped and left, and that left us with more problems and resulted in having to go back all over again. So absolutely, we insist not only Pakistan, but the international community must engage with Afghanistan. As far as women's rights are concerned and women's education is concerned, I believe that it is within, at least in Pakistan, we believe that women have a right to education and a right to equal space in society at all levels. We're proud of the fact that Pakistan elected the first Muslim, female Muslim prime minister. These are examples for us. In the Afghanistan context, obviously we encourage them to do the same for Afghan girls. And this is a commitment that they have made with the international community, with their own people, and with everybody else. So we do hope that they do live up to their own commitment. I would also like to note, however, that they have been in power now for maybe a little bit over a year. And 1 year isn't a very long time for them to be able to deliver in Afghanistan. It is a long time, however, for girls to go without an education. So that is why we continue to raise it with them. We encourage the fact that primary education for girls is allowed in Afghanistan, tertiary education for girls is allowed in Afghanistan, and we look forward to the day where secondary education will also be allowed.
I have to ask you while I have you, Mr. Minister, you do come from a storied political dynasty in Pakistan. Your grandfather, of course, Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, was prime minister, was executed in 1979 under a military dictatorship. Your mother, Benazir Bhutto, was the first woman to lead the nation and was assassinated, campaigning for re-election. Your critics say that politics shouldn't be a family affair, though. And I wonder what you would say to that.
I would agree that politics shouldn't be a family affair, and I, perhaps more than anyone, wish it wasn't. In the last 55 years of my party's existence, we've gone through 3 generations of leadership. They should still be the first generation of my family doing politics, let alone the second already being lost, and me having to step up and fill the role that I am fulfilling today. But my party has in the past and does today pursue democracy, advocate for democracy in Pakistan, and leave it to the people to decide who they wish to elect and be their representation.
That is the Foreign Minister of Pakistan, Bilawal Bhutto Zardari, joining us tonight. Thank you for your time, Mr. Minister.
Thank you for having me.